Hello, I'm Amy Weiss from amazingathome.com, and I'm going to tell you today how to rank organically and beat your competition with listing optimization. Now, I know we're focused on Q4. Listing optimization is one of those things that you want to do all year round. And in this presentation, I'm going to teach you how to do it specifically for Q4, but also how to dominate sales during all seasons of the year. So why listing optimization? Number one is that it's the largest factor in your organic reach. If you think about selling online, everything hinges on search engine optimization, right? Customers, in order to find products, are typing keyword phrases into that magical search bar on Amazon. And when they type that keyword phrase in, what does Amazon do? They give them all these suggestions and say, maybe you're looking for this. And the customer usually says, oh, yep, that's it. And they click on one of those suggestions. If your listing is not written to that keyword phrase suggestion, your listing isn't going to show up organically on page 1 or page 2. And you're going to have to work very, very hard in PPC in order to rank through advertising. So our goal with listing optimization is to make sure that our listing is fully optimized for search phrases that people are typing in to that beautiful search bar. And we want to make sure that the search phrases that we use in our listing are the same ones that are the most relevant to our listing. This is how I'm able to write so many organic page 1 listings for my clients, because I really focus on those search phrases. So the second thing, listing optimization increases your PPC performance and lowers your costs. Why? Because PPC is a bidding war. And those bids and your ad placement is based on the relevant content in your listing. So if you try and rank, or you try and get a great ad placement on the keyword Christmas gifts for baby, if that phrase is not in your listing anywhere or not in your back end keywords, you're going to have a really hard time getting Amazon to show your ad. On the contrary, if you optimize your listing for those keywords and you've had lots of page visits and you're starting to show as relevant for those keywords, your PPC is going to be much more effective. And your bid is going to be able to be much lower, with your ad being placed much higher, because Amazon will see it as relevant to your listing. Remember, Amazon's a big search engine. They also want to make their customers happy. So they're not going to show your ad for something that the customer won't see as relevant, right? So we just talked about this. Being found is the most important aspect of selling online. So in order to be found, we have to make sure that our listing is optimized for those magical keywords that customers are searching for to find our listing. So your top ranking factors in your listing. First and foremost, and this is what we were talking about, right? I have this picture over here of, I type in floor lamp, and look at all of the different suggestions here that come up. Floor lamp with shelves, floor lamp LED. And you see how I get this search volume next to here? That's a little Chrome extension I use called Keywords Everywhere. And it shows me search volume across the internet, anywhere I am on the internet. So on YouTube, it shows me this on Google. And it's just very, very helpful for me to find the most relevant keyword phrases. Because when I write a listing, I don't only want to rank organically on Amazon. I want to rank organically on Google. I want to be found everywhere I can be found across the internet. So it's really important to pay attention to what the search bar says, what suggestions are given. So when I go to write a listing for the first time, what I'll do is I'll try to find that product without kind of knowing anything about it. So if I was the customer and I was looking for a floor lamp, I'm going to start typing in floor lamp. And then I'm going to choose the suggestion that is most relevant to the floor lamp that I'm looking for. Oh, I want a mid-century floor lamp. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to see search results for that. Now, if you're selling a mid-century floor lamp and your listing is not optimized for floor lamp mid-century, if floor lamp mid-century is not in your title in that exact way, it is going to be very hard for you to rank organically on page 1 for that specific keyword, unless there are almost no competitors, right? Then that makes it easy. But if you're wanting to rank organically, you really need to pay attention to the phrases. So in your title, you want the 6 most important keywords followed by a dash. And then the rest of your title can be other symbols and things, but you shouldn't use another dash in your title. The reason for this is because it sets what's called your canonical URL. And that's how you rank organically across the internet. And I'm about to show you an example of that. So your title is your 6 most important keywords followed by a dash. And then I like to use pipes. That is the one that if you hit the shift key, it's right above the enter key on your keyboard, and it's just a straight line. So to separate the rest of the listing, I will use pipes normally, and I will leave commas out and simply use title case. For my bullets and description, I really want to emphasize phrases over keywords. Phrases are what people type in. Phrases are what people click on the suggested search terms in this search bar. Here we see floor lamp gold. That's a phrase. So we want to make sure that our listing has these phrases in it. I can't tell you how many listings I have fixed that someone paid a copywriter or an agency to write, and they had the hardest time ranking. And this listing is full of individual keywords. So basically what this copywriter did is they took all of these keywords, they did the keyword research, and they did all of these individual keywords. So they'll have like floor lamp, and it'll say something like, this is a dimmable, perfect home accessory, but it doesn't say floor lamp dimmable in the actual listing. That exact phrase, which helps you rank organically. So, I cheat a little bit. I use a tool called Listing Lightning from Seller SEO, and it gives me all of those phrases to use in my bullets and description, and even back end keywords. But I really want you to focus on phrases over keywords, because those phrases are how you rank organically. Then focus on your main keyword phrase and not outliers. So this is what we're talking about with floor lamp with reading light, these long tail keywords, right? Floor lamp mid-century. What I've seen people do, the other big mistake I see people make is they try to rank for everything. So they're like, well, my floor lamp is a dimmable floor lamp, but it's also, it could be gold, it could be LED, it could be with a reading light, or the other thing is I've seen people try and rank for, other less relevant keyword phrases that, which sometimes can be a good strategy, but if it's not related to your product. So if you wouldn't pay for a PPC bid on that keyword, it probably doesn't belong in your listing, because you really only get one what's called a browse node on Amazon. And if you try and rank for everything, you'll rank for nothing. So it's really important that you pick one main keyword phrase and then choose related phrases, that are related to that exact product. And so what I mean here is if you're going for floor lamp, it's okay to say dimmable and floor lamp white and floor lamp mid-century if those things are all relevant to your product, because they're all part of the floor lamp browse node, right? But if suddenly you try and rank for lampshade, well, you're going to have a problem, right? Because your product is not a lampshade. And you're going to have, the search engine's going to go, well, wait, what is it relevant for? And every time it crawls your listing, it looks for certain phrases and it goes, oh, okay, the customer searched for that one. Check. And then it goes back down and it goes, oh, the customer searches for that too. Oh, I guess it's really relevant for floor lamp. Okay, check. And it goes back down. Oh, that's another thing that customers search for in our search engine. Check. But if you have a bunch of kind of unrelated things like lampshade, and floor lamp and Christmas gift for baby, you're not going to rank for floor lamp gold if that is your main keyword. So hopefully you guys are understanding that. I often see people make that mistake. So focus on your main keyword phrase, not the outliers, not things that are less relevant that you wouldn't pay money for a PPC bid on. Phrases over keywords. Don't just use individual phrases smattered about your listing. Use keyword phrases. At least 2 phrases in every bullet is my favorite way to go about it. Back-end keywords. So you really want to optimize your back-end, and that's what we're going to focus on in this presentation. Your back-end of your Amazon listing, and that's what I mean when you go into inventory in Seller Central and you click edit on the listing or you create a new listing, you have a keywords tab, and it has search terms, it has subject matter and intended uses, and you have a more details tab. And so many people skip these because they don't know what to put in them or what format to use. And these are gold. They index with your listing and they are amazing. So we really want to get them filled in, and I'm going to show you how to do that in this presentation. So your title. Remember how I was talking about how you really want to use a dash after your first 5 or 6 keywords in your listing? That is because it sets this canonical URL. And you can see this title right here that's only using commas and slashes. Its canonical URL says Imagey gooseneck brightness temperature technology. So if I search Google for floor lamp temperature technology, which no one is searching for, you'll see this listing shows up first, right there, Imagey temperature technology. The canonical URL is how you're found outside of Amazon. It's like the plain English in your URL. So it matters. And how do you reset this if you've already screwed it up? You simply only use 1 dash in your title after the first 5 or 6 keywords in your listing, and it will automatically update. And then the rest of your symbols need to not be dashes, and they need to be either commas or pipes. I'm not sure about the backslash. I'm not sure about that. But I do know that your dash matters. And again, what would be really great is if this dimmable floor lamp could rank for dimmable floor lamp on Google, wouldn't it? We would love for this listing to show up first on Google for that. So your main photo, it matters. Why does it matter? Because this is how, when customers search for floor lamp on Amazon, this is all they see. They see your main photo and they see your title. And so if your title doesn't make any sense and your main photo isn't really compelling, or it's hard to see, they're not going to choose your product. The next question I have for you is, do reviews count for listing optimization, and why? I always tell my clients, don't start PPC until you get an initial review, at least 1 5-star review. Why? Because this is what customers see when they search on Amazon. They see these reviews, they see your title, and they see your main photo. So if there is no social proof and that's all they have to search through when they're looking, you definitely don't want to be paying for ads that are not going to convert, right? So you really want to make sure that as part of your listing optimization, you also ensure that your reviews look good. I mean, look at this Simple Designs home floor lamp over here. It's only got 3.5 stars. Does it look good against the competitors in this row? It doesn't. And for me, this Imagey main photo, even though they're breaking the rules of not having a plain white background on Amazon, it's very compelling. I want to click on it because they show this light beam coming down. So I really like that it sticks out from the competition. So anything you can do to get it to stick out from the competition, like I love this one where they have the zoom in of the remote control there, and they have the shadow on the ground of the lamp. So anything to kind of make it look different and go, oh, okay, it's not just a plain floor lamp, right? It's not too hard to see. So photos really matter. Your main photo, your title, and your reviews matter. Also, in your listing, as part of listing optimization, photos matter. No one reads the listing. They really don't. If you've been selling on Amazon for any period of time, you'll be frustrated when you get returns, and they'll be for reasons of things that you mentioned in your listing. And you'll say, well, what? Didn't they read the listing? I wrote that specifically in the listing, and they're returning it for that reason, but it's there. Well, if you don't say it in your photos, if you don't tell the story of the listing with your photos, you are missing out on potential sales that your competitors are making because they are doing a good job of this. And you're encouraging the customer to scroll down in your listing, which is my number one rule. Most customers, they look at the main photo and the title, they click on it, then they go right through your photos before they even read the listing. And if your photos don't say anything to them, if they're just like, I can't even tell what this product is, they start scrolling because they don't want to read. They don't want to read yet, but they'll read if it's in your photos, because like this one, sensitive touch control, multi-angle head. It's, it's showing that this has a power button that you can change the color. It tells the story of the listing right in the photos. And that's what you want to do. If you do not have infographics and lifestyle images in your listing, it is not optimized. You do not want customers to scroll down in your listing. Okay. The next thing, you want to make sure that you optimize for mobile. So number one, I will always encourage you to check your placement both on desktop and mobile on a regular basis, because if you can't find your listing, neither can the customer. So check your placement, and also look for your placement on mobile so that you can make sure that if you're on page one on desktop, where are you showing up on mobile? You have to scroll for a while, or how does it look? Also, your description shows up first on mobile, not your bullets. So you want to make sure that your description is HTML formatted, okay? So that it's not like this big blob of text. A really great free tool you can use is by Seller App. So sellerapp.com, I believe it is, and it's the HTML product description editor. It's free, and you can just put your text in there, and you can make it bold and add bullets and all of that, and it will give you an Amazon-friendly description to paste in there, HTML formatted. I recently heard from a client. She said, I couldn't update my HTML. Amazon says it's not allowed anymore. I was trying to update my listing. And we have found that it's really about the HTML formatting tool that you use, because they don't allow some characters. But if you use that tool by Seller App, that free tool, everything that is there is allowed on Amazon. So you should get a great HTML formatted description out of that. And then, of course, make sure that your photos look good on mobile. Right? You want to make sure your photos are minimum of 1,000 pixels by 1,000 pixels. That would be a square, right? But you can't zoom in if your photos are not at least 1,000 by 1,000 pixels. So you want to make sure that your photos are loading properly, and that they look good, and that they look good on mobile and desktop, because again, your photos really, the text in your listing is all about search engine optimization and being found for those phrases. And your photos are all about making that sale along with your reviews, right? So now your back-end keywords. This is where the magic is, the extra magic. After you fill out your front end with those awesome phrases and all of that, and you have great photos and you have great reviews and everything's looking good and the customer can make a buying decision, how can you take that even further? You can take that even further by, here on this keywords tab, filling everything out. So I have filled out the search term. Now, platinum keywords you can ignore because those are only for platinum vendors. I've seen a lot of people fill these out. They don't index. Unless you're a special platinum vendor. But I don't know even who that is. But anyway, search terms here, you want to make sure that they are not repeated words from what you've already put in your listing, okay? You're only going to use those keywords that you haven't used in the front of your listing. This is a great place to put misspellings of your brand name. This is a great place to put other keywords that are less relevant. So let's say that your floor lamp is a white floor lamp, but you know that gold and black floor lamps are also very popular. Well, in that case, you could put gold and black in these back-end search terms because you know they're highly searched, and you want your listing to show up for lots of results for floor lamp, but they're not as relevant. You don't want to try to fit those into the front end of your listing. It's not very good for readability. Should a customer choose to read it, you want to make sure that it's readable and that it's good, compelling copy. So the search terms here, you want to have them in word, space, word, no commas, and you're not going to repeat words that you already used in the front end of your listing, okay? Target audience and subject matter. These index. Where can you find words to put in these particular fields? When you search for your product on Amazon, on the left-hand side, after you review the search results, there's a ton of great information. So you can see the results that I got for floor lamp. Kids, kitchen, dining, bedding, bath. These are different departments that floor lamps are found in. So do you think that it would be great to put some of these in under subject matter, some of these words, decor, home, some of these words under subject matter and target audience? Yes, right? And then in your more details tab, the more details tab has a ton of stuff that lines up with the information on the left side of Amazon when you're scrolling. So search for your product and then come to this more details tab and this keywords tab and start looking and trying to match things up. See, the second thing that you can do is in Seller Central, and I don't know why people don't use the help bar in Seller Central. It is really great. So put in product classifier and click here on classify your products with product classifier and click on the product classifier tool. And you can see I searched for floor lamp here and look at all the various things that I get. Subject matter, I could put ceiling fans and lighting in subject matter. That would be great, right? These are the different departments that floor lamps are found in. So I could put office furniture. Great, and those are things I wouldn't have thought to put in the front of my listing, but they're going to really help my listing show up for tons of great search results. So this product classifier tool is another great tool to use, free tool right inside of Amazon to grab some of those great words to use for your subject matter and intended use and target audience fields that index up to 50 characters per line. That's a lot of stuff. And some categories you can click add more and keep adding more lines. So fill those out, get them done. And then also for your more details tab, you might find some gold in here that will go in your more details tab. So more details, you can see, look at all of these, included components, additional features, occasion type. I can't tell you, I was writing a listing for a serving tray and I searched and I looked on the left-hand side of Amazon, all the filters and everything. And I saw like holidays, parties, all these different, there was an occasions filter there. And so I was like, oh, awesome. I'm going to use these that are suggested by Amazon, not just these occasions that I come up with on the top of my head, because people click on those and they filter out for those. So I use those occasions in the occasion type. So that's what you're looking to do. You're wanting to fill out those fields that are relevant and that are that you can find on that align with the left side of that Amazon filtering bar in your more details tab. And that's really going to help your listing show up for a lot of great stuff. All right, how can we dominate Q4 with keywords? We know Q4 is all about Thanksgiving. It's all about Christmas. It's all about gifts. So again, use the Amazon search bar. It is the best free keyword tool you could ever get, right? Because it's going to tell you what people are searching for. So first, I thought, how could I sell a floor lamp as a Christmas gift? And I typed in Christmas gifts for RE. And I saw Christmas gifts, and then suddenly it went to reusable Christmas gift bags. So as a suggestion. So Christmas gifts for readers right now is giving me 0 results. Now, could this give me better results during Q4? Sure, it could. But I typed in best gifts for readers, and I got, 480 a month across the internet. Do you think I could add some of that to my listing and be able to make some sales of my floor lamp as a Christmas gift for readers? Heck yeah, why not? So that's the thing. Make sure that it's a search for keyword. This is the thing. I often see copywriters write gift bullets. They'll say, this is the best gift for, or they won't say best gift. They'll just say, perfect gift for Christmas, birthday, bosses, secretaries, everything, you name it. Well, that's not a phrase. That's just individual keywords smattered throughout the listing. And remember what we said about that. That doesn't help rank you. So what I always do when I'm writing a gift bullet, which is one of my template bullets, I always look for the most relevant gift keyword phrase, and I use the Amazon search bar for that. And if I was selling this floor lamp, I would put that right in my listing. Best gifts for readers. I love writing things like voted #1 best gifts for readers. I mean, what? You don't know. I mean, I'm not going to cite a magazine, but it sounds interesting. Oh, okay. This is a great gift for a reader. I would appreciate a floor lamp if I was a reader. If I wasn't reading on my phone. Anyway, you get the idea, right? So how do you take these gifting keywords that you've just discovered and add them in to increase your sales during Q4? What you're going to do, first of all, is you're going to add those gems to your listing. You can add them in your front end bullets and description, or your back end subject matter or search terms. But again, no need to repeat them. You just need to make sure that that phrase is in your listing somewhere as that phrase. You could add a photo to show it as a gift. I always add gift photos to every relevant product that I have that would make a great gift as part of the 7 photos that I do for product photography. It's great to show it as a gift. It helps others to see it as a gift. So do this at Christmas time. If it's a great Christmas gift, if it's great for under the tree, show a photo of a Christmas tree with it right underneath there, right? Help the customers see that. Help them make a connection with that and help them make a buying decision. So then the last step, you're going to run PPC on those keyword phrases. So you want to start ranking for, best gifts for readers. Well, let's bid on that. And now the phrase is in our listing and it's looking great. And hopefully we can get some traction there. All right. The last step. I have to tell you guys, so many people hire me to do listing optimization, and they're wondering why their sales have suddenly stopped. Like, Amy, you optimized my listing, and my sales have stopped. I don't know what's going on. Well, it's because what happens when you fully optimize a listing. Now, this doesn't happen when you just add some keywords to your back end. It doesn't happen when you add a sentence to one of your bullets. But when you change out your title and your bullets and your description and you fully optimize a listing, it is like hitting the reset button, because the web crawlers that look for updates on web pages say, hey, wait, this has changed. oh wow, this has really changed. Oh, start over. Let's read it again. Put it back into the, put it back into the indexer, and let's see what this page is relevant for. So anytime you optimize a listing, if you leave my listing optimization training today and you're like, I'm pumped up, I'm gonna go add these phrases in here, I'm gonna get organic page 1, and you fully redo your listing, that's great. And you're probably going to see some amazing PPC results, and you're going to see some much better search volume and traffic and all of that. But you may lose some sales initially. So how do you prevent that? The first thing is you got to get page visits. So it really helps. As soon as you write a listing, I always tell my clients this when we're going through launch. As soon as you write your listing and your listing goes live, you want to make sure that you can get as many page visits as possible, just so that Amazon's algorithm will go, hey, this page is getting visited a bunch. What is it relevant for again? Let me check, So you definitely want to get a bunch of page visits. What I do is I use Amazon giveaways. Amazon's giveaways allow you to create an exclusive promotion just for people who enter the giveaway. So I'm not saying give away 20 products. I'm saying give away like 1 or 2. And what you do is you set up an exclusive promotion for everyone who enters the giveaway. And they come to the giveaway and they're like, oh, I want to win a floor lamp. Cool. And they click enter the giveaway. And then it says, sorry, you didn't win, but you can save 20% off right now. And then they go, oh, I guess I'll go check it out. And they click on your listing. And right there, Amazon goes, oh, people are visiting this listing. It must be relevant for some stuff. Like move it up a little bit, right? So you're getting page visits there. Now, I can hear all of you data nerds out there who are nerds like me saying, well, you don't want to send sessions directly to your listing because if they don't buy, that's going to screw up your ranking. Well, not initially. Not when you first write that listing and you're not relevant for anything yet and you haven't really indexed well. It's okay. In the beginning, you want to get those page visits. It's not gonna hurt your ranking. It's only going to help your visibility and the amount of keywords that are indexed in your listing. So I'm not saying give away 100 products. I'm saying let's get 1,000 page visits from giving away 2, right? So that's what we do first. And then after that, then we use the 2-step URLs with external traffic, right? We want to use a 2-step URL because we don't want to lead people directly from our listing from off of Amazon, because Amazon's going to go, oh, cool, people are visiting this listing from off of Amazon, move it up. But then they're going to go, oh, wait, they're visiting it and then they're leaving. So you want it to look, the whole point of a 2-step URL is it appears that they were searching for certain keywords and then they clicked on your listing, which actually helps your ranking for those keywords. So that's why you use a 2-step URL. But so many people do not know this. Amazon's algorithm ranks you higher for external traffic going to Amazon than on Amazon PPC. So if you really want to rank a listing, run some Google ads. They're dirt cheap because you're running them to such a big, well-known domain, and you can do them with 2-step URLs direct to your listing. Now, you can't track conversions, but I promise they will improve your ranking. I've done tons of testing on this and it works great for me. But anyway, organic social media posts is another really great way to get visits. So, you just optimize it for great gifts for readers. Well, why not put an organic social media post out there? Hey, right now, do you have a reader in your family who could use this amazing LED floor lamp? We're running a 25% off special, and just get some page visits with a 2-step URL, right? And then you're also ranking for that keyword, gifts for readers, right? And then on a regular basis, I cannot stress this enough, check your advertising and your organic placement on desktop and mobile. Again, if you can't find your listing, neither can the customer. And I can't tell you how many people spend a ton of money on PPC and they don't actually check their ad placement. So they don't actually see if they're showing up at the top of the page for their most relevant keywords. So again, if the customer can't find your ad or your listing, they can't buy anything from you. So if you want to improve your sales, check your placement. And then also look at your competition on that page. So if we search for floor lamps dimmable and we show up on page 1, awesome. But what does our competition look like? How do we look up against our competition? what's going to ensure that the customer feels compelled to click on our listing and then buy. That's what I want you to focus on. I want you to check your placement, check what your listing looks like next to your competition on a regular basis, and it is really going to help you make more sales and ensure that your customers can find you online. All right, so we've showed you how to increase your sales in Q4. We've showed you how to increase your placement and your sales all the time. Keep thinking of creative keywords beyond Q4, things that you can constantly add to your listing. Just remember, don't keep completely re-optimizing your listing, or that's going to be hitting the reset button and you're going to be spending a lot of money on relaunches, right? But adding a few little keywords here and there, making use of those back-end keywords, and pulling out customer search terms from your advertising reports. Use those. You might find some gems in there that you never even thought your listing was relevant for. You can also create different mock-ups of your product and post it on social media to see which ones get the most engagement. So like I was saying with the greatest gift for readers, well, why not create a photo of somebody reading with the floor lamp, and post that on social media and see how it does. And maybe try and do a split testing and do another one of, what else is a floor lamp good for? A workshop, do one in a guy's workshop, and maybe it's the best gifts for men, right? Think of all the uses for your product and see where you get some organic clicks and see where you're getting the most reach and response, and then incorporate those things into your listing, advertise for them, and make more sales. All right, now get out there and sell some stuff.